Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, a channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. And it feels kind of like we're turning into a bit of a Rosé appreciation channel lately, because we have done, I think, 3 songs by Rosé now, and every time I sit down to record, there's another one on the list. And I've basically been told by someone in my comments that I should react to a whole album that recently came out. Now, I'm not going to do an album reaction video because I've already listened to 3 of the songs, and I think if you've listened to any more than that, you're not really getting an album for the first time. So I think I'm going to avoid doing a sort of whole album review, but I'm more than happy to keep on reacting to the individual songs from the album as people request them. Now, this person in my comments asked me to do them all and laid them out in the order which I should do them, which essentially was from start to finish, but ignoring the ones I've already listened to. So it looks like that's what I'm going to do. So the next one on the list is this one, 3 AM, which I don't know what to expect, because all 3 of the songs that I've heard from Rosé so far have been completely different from each other. So it's impossible to know. It's impossible to know what we're getting. So I'm just going to jump straight into it and let the music do its own talking.
I just saw a red flag. Gonna pretend I didn't see that. Cause is it really, really that bad? I need you really, really that bad. So can we keep the story rolling? Forget that shit my mother always told me. Cause nothing's really perfect like that. I need you really, really that bad.
I mean, I think that it was the last one out of the 3 that I watched. Was it Toxic Till the End, maybe? I noted that I thought there were some similarities to Avril Lavigne, and they're carrying on in this. Again, it's not exactly the same song. It's another style again, but just in the tonality of her voice and how she uses her inflections, it just feels very early Avril Lavigne. And again, I've noticed that she leans on the Y2K stylings quite a lot in the videos and etc. So I think maybe there's a sort of purpose behind it. You know, they do always say that, you know, music and taste and arts and culture is cyclical. And we've had 80s revivals and 90s revivals, and I do think we're in the middle of a bit of a noughties revival now. You know, think early 2000s era music is. It seems that a lot of the stuff I'm reacting to on this channel reminds me of that era. So I think that's the new thing. And it feels like Rosé is one of the leading people leading that charge towards that style of music, which is great. And I'm a big fan of Avril Lavigne, so I don't mind if what she's singing reminds me of Avril Lavigne. Now, people get annoyed in the comments when I compare things to other things in these videos, but I don't know what you expect out of a reaction video if I'm not comparing it to things that I know. If it's a new song that I don't know and I'm hearing it and it reminds me of a thing that I do know, I'm going to tell you that it reminds me of the thing that I do know, because that's how I react to things. I don't do it as much in these videos because my mind always goes blank, but quite often I'll start singing another song over the top of another song and making like a little mini mashup of the 2 songs, because songs remind me of each other, and that's just how I enjoy music. Sort of picking out the common threads between songs that I like in my head, usually in my head. But obviously on this channel, I don't do it in my head. I do it out loud for you. So please don't get offended if I'm reacting to someone that you like, and I compare it to another song, because every song is going to sound like at least one other song on the planet. There are so many songs that no song sounds completely unique. It might sound unique to you. You might not have heard another song like it. It might sound unique to me. I might not have heard another song like it, but I guarantee there will be another song in the world that sounds like every other song out there. And it's not a bad thing to compare them. Anyway, less of that rant and back to the very nice song. Okay. Less Avril in this part.
I just wanted to be you.
I like that.
Hold me, kiss me on my face, talk shit about the world with me all day. And even when I'm putting you through hell, say I'm not like anyone else. Slowly, words roll off my tongue. You're everything I need and it's so dumb. And even when you're putting me through hell, I'm not like anyone else. The one I run to, take my makeup off and say goodnight to.
I like this sort of gang vocal style. It's very nice.
Can roll their eyes, but there's no use. I just want it to be you. When it's 3 a.m. and I'm losing myself in my mind again. The one who gives me love that is bulletproof. The world can roll their eyes, but there's no use. I just want it to be you.
You know, when there's a big band, when there's a band that does big things, and then they stop doing things together, or at least pause doing things together. I don't know if Blackpink are still going. I presume they are. There's usually one of the people in that band that goes on to do really good things solo. So with NSYNC, you had Justin Timberlake. With Take That, you had Robbie Williams. There are obviously sometimes bands where more than one person makes it outside of the band, but there are quite a lot of bands where one person goes and has a bit of a solo career at least. And quite often when they do that, they do a really good job, and they sort of, what's the words? They sort of get the limelight a little bit for themselves because of them being in a band, but not at the expense of their own talent. And I feel like Rose is the sort of new. I feel like she's bound to be the next big thing. Like, you know, everywhere at the minute seems to be like a Sabrina Carpenter, and I feel like Rose is kind of up there with those sort of songs. Everything I've heard from this album so far, and if the rest of the album is like this, I'll be very excited. But all 4 songs I've heard from this album so far have been, you know, top tier pop songs. They sound different enough that that it's not boring. But you know, I'm sure that if I listen to the whole lot in one go, it will make a cohesive album, because there are similarities that run through the songs as well, even though they are different. And this one, like I say, in the verses, very Avril Lavigne. The sort of call to the, you know, the sort of call, the sort of a bits, they're very Avril Lavigne-ish. The chorus, not so much. But then it's not an Avril Lavigne song, so that's absolutely fine. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
I just want it to be you. I just want it to be you. I just want it to be you. I just want it to be you.
Really good song. I think I said everything that I was going to say the last time I paused it. So thank you very much for the recommendation to whoever it was in my chat that recommended I start with this one next. I suppose I'll go through and do the rest in order then, I guess, because it sounds like this is going to be a good album. But yeah, thank you very much for dropping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.